Happy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, November the 16th, 2022. Today's daily Bible readings come to us for the semi-continuous readings, Psalm 76, Isaiah 66, 14 through 24, Matthew 23, 37 through 24, verse 14. And then for the complementary text, you could have read Psalm 141, Ezekiel 43, 1 through 12, and then Matthew 23 again. I'm going to look at Matthew 23 and talk about how the end of the year. I know I've been on a lot lately about how we're coming up on Christ the King Sunday, and it's like the Christian New Year. We should really do like a ball drop or something for it, but it's the end of the year of the Christian liturgical year that begins with Advent. Doesn't begin with Christmas, begins with Advent. And so we'll finish Christ the King Sunday, the year with Christ the King Sunday this year, this Sunday. And then next Sunday, the Sunday after that, will be the first Sunday in Advent. And that's when we prepare for Christmas and we wait for the coming of the Lord. So a lot of the texts this week in preparation for Christ the King Sunday, following up on last week, getting ready for next week, have that flavor in mind, that eschatological flavor, if you will. We're talking about the Parousia of the Christ, or the second coming of the Christ. Parousia is a fancy word. Anyway, so we're talking about, here at the end of the year, we're talking about the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. So we're at the end of a year, but we're getting ready to start a new one. And we experience time like that 1 year rolls into the next. It's like we just kind of move in a circle. So it's the end of 1 year. It's the beginning of a new one in which we will journey once again through the life of Christ, with Christmas, and then we'll remember Christ's earthly ministry, and we'll remember his death and resurrection. And then we'll remember the history of his people, especially the history of his church, the birth of his church. And then we'll come around next year again, and we'll get ready once again for Christ the King Sunday, this time of year next year. But what we've got going on here is sort of that kind of flavor. It's this kind of, they're waiting on a new thing to begin. And Jesus has talked about what's going to happen to Jerusalem, this little apocalypse, if you were, about what's going to happen in Jerusalem. And the disciples want to know, they're like, when will these things be? They kind of want to take the easy way out. Like, they want to know, the disciples, they want a sign, and they want a time, and they want a place for the end. They want to put it on their calendar. They want to know how many days or weeks they've got to prepare for this. They want to know, so they can get things, get ready to go, so they're all packed and good, and they have their go bag ready. So that they know when that age is ending and the new age that, because like they think it's imminent. But it's not that easy. And Jesus begins to talk about war and famine and death. Oh, and by the way, your death. And so they're getting the understanding that his final coming, like his coming into power is what they're talking about, isn't going to happen the way that they expect it's going to happen. Things will get worse before they get any better. And the interesting thing is, when you read this, I know a lot of people read this and they're like, oh, that just sounds like the way things are today. If you've ever studied history or you've read the Bible a lot, you realize that he's describing the way things are in a very real sense. Things are going to get worse before they get better. But this is the point of it all. The point is, those who endure and they continue to journey with him on this, they continue to journey with Christ. They continue telling the story of God and his people. They continue living that story out, and they continue proclaiming the good news to the end. Whenever it arrives, those are the ones who get the blessing of that new age that's yet to come. We live in a time where Christ is on the throne. It's why we celebrate Christ the King Sunday every year. But we also are living in a time where we're waiting for the fullness of that throne to be made real in this world. It's a hard thing to do, but you got to persevere. Anyway, that's at EBR for today. Get out, enjoy the day. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Boop.